As we are all aware, 2021 marks the 20 years since September 11th attacks on American soil that saw the beginning of the global war on terror. Specific violations are meted on Muslim communities, making men subjected to the post-September 11th extraordinary renditions programs developed by the United States Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA. Hundreds of Muslim men globally have been subjected to kidnappings, incommunicado detention, and torture. The CIA has systematically abducted people from locations across the world and transported them to other countries to interrogate them in ways too extreme to be permitted under international law. They capture, transportation, and detainment of an individual with the intent to inflict extreme levels of physical, psychological, and emotional pain to gain intelligence means that the US has placed itself as a key actor and hence can be directly held accountable for the harm caused. However, given the complex global spiderweb used for targeting, apprehending, and detaining terrorist suspects suggests that multiple states have been involved in the rendition process by playing different roles. Hence, the difficulty in holding these states accountable when the involvement is temporal or casually distanced from the torture is acknowledged. As a result, the work of regional human rights institutions to hold the US and its allies accountable for abuses as part of the global war on terror are more important than ever. The Inter-American Commission has made historic steps when it had the merits of cases brought before it by petitioners who are victims and survivors of the counterterrorism abuses. This has provided a virtual opportunity for the survivors of torture to have their voices heard and suffering acknowledged. On May 27, 2020, the Inter-American Commission found the US liable for the torture and refoulement of Jamel Amezin, an Algerian national who was formerly detained at the Guantanamo Bay. Similarly, the European Court of Human Rights has issued multiple judgments condemning European states' participation in extraordinary renditions. In 2016, the judgment in Nasir and Gali versus Italy saw Italy held responsible for its failure to punish American and Italian agents for the extraordinary rendition of an Egyptian national. So far, in as much as some of its member states assist in extraordinary renditions, the African human rights system is yet to address the merits of any war on terror claims. Mohamed Abdullah Salah al-Assad versus the Republic of Djibouti remains alive before the African Commission for at least a decade now. We urge the African Commission to join its counterparts in the Inter-American and European human rights system by addressing the abuses meted out by member states as part of the extraordinary rendition program. No matter how powerful and hegemonic the perpetrator is, regional human rights mechanisms should persist their virtual work to establish the truth and ensure accountability for violations of human rights. Efforts should also be allowed for different levels of blame to be attributed to states with varying degrees of involvement, even those at the periphery for aiding torture. Expanding the circle of perpetrators increases the number of states and individuals who should face the consequences. MUHURI would like to commend the efforts of the African Commission in development of the guidelines of the protection of all persons from enforced disappearances in Africa. We also support the Commission's efforts to call upon all member states to ratify the International Convention for the Protocol of Persons from Enforced Disappearance through the press release issued on the International Day for Victims of Enforced Disappearances, which is marked annually on August 30th. Conclusively, I would like to draw the attention of the Commission to MUHURI's shadow report that was submitted on September 27th in response to the paragraphs 190 and 191 of the Kenya State Report for the 12th and 13th period on the right to national and international peace and security. We anticipate that the questions and recommendations made will be put forward to the government of Kenya. I thank you all.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Marie Rantou.
Thank you, Madame Marie Rantou, representative of Muslim for Human Rights. Thank you for raising the issue of treatment against Muslim communities after the 11 September 2001 events.